Rumors are that allegedly Claudia Jordan is heading back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. How true is this rumor? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk? And welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified, so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. All right, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about, and it centers around rumors that allegedly Claudia Jordan is on her way back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. How true is this rumor? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more, and here it goes. Rumors are that producers are exploring ways to bring Claudia back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. So, how did this rumor get started? A source said, allegedly, producers had been exploring ways to bring Claudia back to the franchise since season 10. It was very apparent to producers after Claudia left that they had really fumbled a potential new iconic housewife. The source continued. Allegedly, Claudia was approached multiple times to return, with the last time being as late as season 12. Rumors are that several factors prevented her from returning. One was the value of the deal. 2, Claudia at the time had multiple producing deals on the table more lucrative than her returning to Real Housewives of Atlanta. And 3rd, apprehension that producers would not fairly edit her. So, after turning down multiple offers to return, is Claudia finally ready to accept a Real Housewives of Atlanta contract? And if so, what changed? Well, an industry insider said that allegedly some of Claudia's producing contracts and obligations have been fulfilled. That leaves her with filming availability. And producers are taking notice. And Claudia is sending a clear message that she is ready to work, ended the source. Another insider points to an interview Claudia did this past weekend on the BET Awards pink carpet, where she told reporter Kevin Frazier that she is more than ready to return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise if asked back. A clear message like this, continued the source, shows that Claudia knows 2 things about the current state of Real Housewives of Atlanta and its sometimes low ratings. 1, that producers must be desperate to recapture the golden days of Real Housewives of Atlanta, with housewives who know how to properly read and shade one another. And 2, that Claudia's star power has risen since leaving, and that her returning might be a huge ratings boost to the show. All sources agree that Claudia would be received well if she is asked back, much like the same way Portia would be received back in a very positive way by fans. One insider said, "This season is good, but a season with Claudia back would be even better." And fans agree. One fan said on social media that Real Housewives of Atlanta definitely needs Claudia back. Anyone who can go toe-to-toe with Nene and come out a winner definitely has Real Housewives of Atlanta star quality. For now, production is allegedly still trying to salvage the current season and have been doing a pretty good job so far. So a definite answer whether Claudia is returning next season or not, for now, is only gossip and hearsay, ended the source. Now, kinfolk, there was a lot of information regarding this rumor that I got earlier this week about Claudia Jordan returning or potentially returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. But as always, we're going to take this rumor and we're going to dissect which parts of it could be somewhat factual and which parts probably aren't. So the first thing, kinfolk, I'm not surprised by this rumor at all. And I'm not surprised by it because of this reason. Even Nene said that Claudia was a good housewife. I don't know if you all heard the story about how out there the ladies had Nene and Claudia had that run-in in Manila, I think it was. And they had to run in. They were both shading each other at the dinner table. And that's one of the iconic scenes where we ever saw a housewife really go toe-to-toe with Nene and not back down. Claudia did a really good job. She was really quick on her feet. And she always attributed that to the fact that she was a co-host, I think, on Jamie Foxx's radio show at the time that really required her to think quickly on her feet and be able to throw punches and jabs and jokes back at the other guys when they made jokes at her. So for that being said, she really flexed her muscles and showed that she can go toe-to-toe with Nene and that she was not afraid of Nene. Because at the time, if you all remember, a lot of the ladies were afraid to really go at Nene because Nene's star power was rising at the time. I don't know if you remember, I think she had been on Glee at this point, and then she had started her second show, The New Normal, or it was in the middle of filming The New Normal. So a lot of housewives were very apprehensive at the time to, go at Nene full force. But however, Claudia wasn't. And Claudia showed that she could be a good housewife addition. So good that Nene allegedly told producers they need to make Claudia a housewife because she's good for the show. Now, Kinfolk, the next part of this rumor I can see as being somewhat factual, if true, is this. When we talk about ladies returning to the show, Claudia returning is always framed as someone who knows how to hold their own with a group of ladies. My sources are telling me that behind the scenes, producers know that Claudia was the only newbie housewife who was not afraid to take down an OG or veteran housewife, and that she was the first newbie to do it successfully. So with that being said, I do see if Claudia does return, because right now it's all just speculation, but I can see her being a good sparring partner with Marlo, someone who's not afraid to really go after Marlo and go after her the way that she's been going after Kenya and Kandi. Because for the most part, Kandi and Kenya have both been measured in the way they respond to Marlo. It's almost a hands-off approach, like, we're going to allow Marlo to be Marlo and allow Marlo to make a fool of herself. But from my sources are saying that if they did bring Claudia back, she's not going to allow Marlo just to make a fool of herself. She's going to tell Marlo she's making a fool of herself, show her that she's making a fool of herself, and then that's going to be a way how she can shut Marlo down, which I think fans would really enjoy seeing at this point. So, if you are to believe this rumor, I definitely can say that Claudia coming back would be a good sparring partner for Marlo. And I think that she would bring us that type of drama and that excitement that we have been asking for. Now, Kinfolk, the next part of this rumor I also find very interesting, and you probably will too, is this. When it comes to Bravo and changing up the cast or doing a cast overhaul, Bravo needs to bring in more veteran housewives on the show. And they need to do that. And also more OG housewives on the show. But they need to only do that if they are not willing to recast the entire franchise. Now, my source is saying that behind the scenes, talks have been going on about overhauling the entire cast. I will say this, after 15 going on 16 years, an entire cast rebrand could work. But the thing about it is, I don't think that the producers and Bravo, but more so producers, are that bold enough to do that with such an iconic franchise. Maybe with some of the other franchises, but definitely not Atlanta. So with that being said, bringing Claudia back, I think, would be a great fix. When I look at the landscape of housewives who could potentially come back and replace a current housewife or two, I think immediately of Portia and Claudia. Some may say Kim, but I don't really see Kim coming back as a good thing for ratings. As we reported, she's just not a good fan favorite. So with that being said, Bravo does need more veteran housewives and more OG housewives who know what the essence of the show is about and how to bring that out of one another. So if you are to believe this rumor again, then you can see how Claudia really fits that bill very well. Now, kinfolk, on the last part of this rumor that I do find very factual about Claudia returning to the franchise potentially is this. Claudia knows how to sell herself and could be successful at obtaining a peach that I think that will keep Kim from getting her peach back. And what I mean by that is Claudia knows how to sell her good points. She is an entertainer. She knows how to improv. She knows how to think quickly on her feet. And I think that her coming back will ultimately do what fans have been wanting somebody to do since this announcement or this rumor broke that Kim was trying to get back to the franchise. And that is stop Kim from getting back to the franchise. If you are to believe the rumors that 2 housewives are going to be replaced, or even just some of the housewives will be replaced, I think that it's more, it makes more sense for it to be Claudia and Portia. And that Claudia could come in and keep Kim away, because it will be kind of hard for the producers to sell to the fans, or it'd be hard for fans to sell to the producers that, hey, we have 2 spots left. One can go to Portia, but we don't want Kim to go to that other spot. But then who can go to that other spot? And so fans are left with, okay, now we can put Claudia there. So I think that is a good thing to look at, that if Claudia does come back, and then those of you all who do not want to see Kim back necessarily, then I think supporting Claudia returning is about the best route that one could go. Because my sources are saying that Portia returning right now at this moment is a pretty much done deal, but there could be one more space left open. So, kinfolk, with that being said, I want to know what you guys think about this rumor. Because right now it's all speculation and alleged information. But after Claudia Jordan's interview this weekend at the BET Awards, I don't know. Where there's smoke, there may be fire. Do you think Claudia returning to the franchise is a good idea, or do you think it's a bad idea? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys over in the next one. Peace.